Welcome back to Tiny Travelers. If you've ever scrolled through endless lodging options trying to guess whether a family-friendly stay really means anything, or if you've packed up half your house only to realize the place you booked didn't even have blackout curtains, this episode is for you. My guest today is someone who's working to take the guesswork out of travel for families like yours. Welcome to Tiny Travelers, brought to you by BabyQuip, the family travel podcast where we make traveling with little ones easier, smarter, and more fun. I'm Sarah, a travel-loving mom who knows the joys and chaos of exploring with little ones. Each week, we dive into parent-tested strategies, travel hacks, and honest advice on what really works with kids. So buckle up, grab your travel planner, and let's make your next family adventure unforgettable. Pack light, travel happy. Dana Abraham is a writer, entrepreneur, and product strategist. She's also the founder of KidGo, the first platform built to help parents, grandparents, and caregivers find truly family-friendly places to stay based on real insights from people who've actually been there. She's a mom of 2 little boys and is on a mission to make travel less overwhelming and more joyful for modern families. Dana, welcome.
Thanks. So good to be here.
So glad to have you. I wanted to talk first about your LinkedIn post because hilarious. You shared on LinkedIn that your first trip as a family of 4, 2 babies under 2, and there was a banana peel involved. Do you want to tell us what that was all about?
I would love to tell this story. So my boys were 20 months and 2 months when we decided to go on our first family adventure. And we were going just from Detroit to New York City. So it was like short flight. We were like, we've got this. We're just going to book a hotel and call it a day. We learned so fast just how wrong we were about family travel. And the banana peel comes in because we were taking the subway, which, by the way, New York really needs to work on like stroller friendliness.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
Sidebar, but that is very real. But we were going through the subway system and my husband snaps this picture of me and my then 20-month-old. And my poor kid just looks absolutely exhausted. And I've got my diaper bag on the front. I'm holding his hand. There's banana peels hanging out. It's just like the full picture of family travel really just captured in essence, totally on accident.
Right. Totally chaotic. Just not Pinterest perfect.
No.
Not what you see on Instagram.
No.
Not those memorable reels that people share, which I think is something that I hope this podcast helps people understand is that, yes, there will be those picture perfect moments in family travel, but most of the moments are moments where you look crazy, your kids are missing their shoes.
That's real.
People around you are like, whoa, what's going on there? And, you and your spouse are like giving each other the evil eye. Somebody forgot something. And it's like the most important thing. But that's okay because you don't remember those moments really unless your spouse snapped a really sweet photo of you.
And then you post it for the world to see. Yes.
But you remember like the good times or the funny parts.
It's true.
Or even that banana peel moment you'll remember as like a silly fun moment years down the road. Maybe not right afterwards.
No, it took some time.
Yeah.
It took some time.
That was probably like a PTSD moment for you in your in your life. But then afterwards you'll kind of move on from it.
It's true.
Can you tell everybody a little bit about KidGo and kind of how it's helping families and travel?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we got back from that trip to New York, we quickly started planning our next trip. We were like, wow, that was awful and amazing.
Like, wow, that was terrible. Let's do it again.
Exactly. We literally looked at each other in the hotel room on the first night. We were like, are you having fun? And we were like, I don't think so.
No, are you?
No, but let's do it again.
Yeah. What else is there to do?
Yeah, exactly. We got home, we started planning the next trip. And I realized really quickly that people are planning family trips on Facebook in these like really giant Facebook groups and by scrolling Instagram for literally hours. And I was like, it's freaking 2025. What are we doing here? Why has no one figured out a good solution to actually advise on what might be a good trip, what might be a good place for your family to stay? And, you know, in just overconfident momness, I was like, oh, I can build that.
You know what I need? To do another thing.
Yes. I need more on my plate. Give me more on my plate. So I started to build it. And luckily, there's actually a platform called Bring Fido that's really great that we're kind of like emulating in a way. Bring Fido is amazing for bringing your dogs. But I was like, dude, there's a dog platform to know where and how to bring your dog on vacation, but not for little kids. Right. Strange. Anyways, so started building it and quickly realized I needed some help. And I ended up partnering with a technical co-founder, and we've been building it for several months, which has been quite the adventure.
That is so cool. Have you learned anything maybe about yourself or about travel or about kids or anything through this process that you weren't maybe expecting?
That's a good question. I think one thing I've learned is that no two families travel the same. And that's what's so beautiful about family travel. You're creating special memories with your family. And so you don't have to do it like the Joneses or, you know, your friend who just got back from this amazing vacation. Right. Like, it's 2025 and you should plan a trip for you that's going to feel amazing and recharging and like bond building for your family. And so that's been something I've really learned at talking to people is, you know, no two trips are the same, and that's really okay.
Yeah, totally. Probably not even for the same family. I mean, sometimes trips are like so active and busy and you're doing a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe, you know, one trip and then the next trip, it's just relaxing and seeing family and that sort of thing. And that's totally okay too.
It's true.
Both are great for the same family, you know? Okay, so let's get into maybe some of the practical stuff that Kid Go and you can help us with. When it comes to lodging for family vacation, what should parents really look for when they're looking for a place to stay with little kids?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's what we're hoping to help with first. So we actually have almost 20 data points that don't exist on the internet that families actually care about. So think things like, are they going to store my breast milk for me behind the front desk? Which is a fun fact that they actually do at a lot of great hotels.
Wow.
So super helpful. Is there a playground within a mile? Is there a grocery store within a half a mile? Is there a bathtub in every room? Talk to me about the kitchenette setup. Are they going to have kids menus at breakfast? Is there breakfast at all? So it's a number of data points that families can actually search by based on their specific needs, kind of going back to the fact that every family travels differently.
Totally. Is there like a detail in family travel that matters more than some people even realize?
That's a good question. I think people do think a lot about sleep, and sleep is like number one for me, at least. But I think food is a big one that maybe like is secondary in people's minds. Nobody likes a hangry kid. Nobody likes a hangry parent. And so really thinking ahead about what those food options are going to be, especially if you're going international, I think really, really matters for families.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true. Because when you said, you know, is there a grocery store nearby? That is so smart because, you know, you think when you're traveling like, oh yeah, we'll just eat out and all that kind of stuff. But that's usually fine for adults, but kids can't wait, you know, 6 hours in between meals.
No.
So they're gonna need to eat in between those, you know, going out to dinner moments. So,
it's so true.
Are you going to bring a whole bunch of snacks with you, or are you going to go to the grocery store or, you know, the convenience store? Is there something nearby? Do you have a car that you're going to be able to go to, or are you going to have to walk? You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, all those details kind of maybe don't exist in your mind before you travel with kids. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about that. I am like, children, do you eat this much at school? I don't think so. Why are you so hungry at home?
It's real.
My goodness, with the snacks. Okay, so obviously when you're traveling, you can pick between like a hotel and like a rental property, a resort, or, just staying at a family home. But when you're deciding between those, what, like for you and then maybe other parents, what's your decision process when making a choice between where you're going to stay?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think the first thing to think about is who is going to be there with you. So I think you recently had a guest on who came with a family on a vacation, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But if you have a whole bunch of people, you probably want to skip the hotel room, in my opinion, unless you want the separation. That's cool too. Sometimes my family does that. But,
unless you're like, we have to go to our room now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, exactly. So, I think that's the first thing to consider. Who's with you? What are their ages? How much time are you looking to spend together? Will really dictate that first, like, vacation rental versus a hotel or resort. And then I think the other thing that you really can think about is like consistency. Some people value the consistency that hotels typically tend to give, or resorts, but other people are willing to take a little bit of a risk for vacation rentals. I've managed vacation rentals before and it's fun, but it does vary a little bit. And so it just depends on kind of your risk tolerance and, again, who you're with. And the other thing is gear, right? What do your kids need? How old are they? How much are you hoping to haul along with you? Or in the case of Baby Quip, how much are you hoping to, have brought to you?
Right. Hey, we're taking a quick break to share something special from one of our brand partners. We only work with brands we truly believe in, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Traveling with kids is hard enough. Sleep shouldn't be. OtterSpace blackout curtains were created by a neuroscientist mom to actually block all light so your little ones and you can get the sleep you need anywhere. They're lightweight, portable, and easy to install in any room.
I had a trip a few months ago now. Gosh, it was last year, which is so crazy to say. We went to a big VRBO outside of Boulder and it was amazing. But I was like, dude, I am not hauling like by myself because my husband didn't come. I am not hauling 2 cribs, 2 high chairs for my baby who was doing baby led weaning, like all the things. I'm
all
not
the things that you need.
I know. And so I actually had a Baby Quip provider literally drive an hour up a mountain to this very remote VRBO.
And they will too.
They do. And then drop it off smiling and set it all up. And I was like, I'm so sorry. You just drove an hour up a mountain with no service. Like, are you
and
okay?
they're like, no problem. I love this. No, I love it. I mean, I'm a quality provider in Southern California. I'm sure everybody knows that now. So all my like difficult deliveries are sometimes in the rain, but it hardly ever rains here.
Yeah.
But the community of quality providers, I see pictures, they deliver in the snow, up these huge mountains, down dirt roads, in these like back country. I'm like, whoa, you guys are seriously amazing. And they do it and like with perfection. It's amazing, but I could go on. But yeah, like it really depends on what your kids are needing at that time.
Absolutely.
Because like you said, with the baby led weaning, then you need the cups and the spoons and the, the sticky mats and all, and it's messy and all that kind of stuff.
17 packs of wipes. Yes.
Right. Oh my gosh. Definitely. When you've traveled and you've I'm assuming you've stayed in lots of different places and tested lots of different things, what amenities have really been a game changer for you and your family?
Yeah.
Your family, not your family, unless you have multiple that we don't know about.
There's just the one right now.
your husband's like, wait,
he's gonna be listening to us like,
hold on,
hang on.
What other family?
No, I think the biggest one that sticks out is we went to the Dominican in December. To a Club Med resort. And I was a little unsure because I had never really heard of the brand. But when I got there, they had bed rails out for my toddler. They had a crib rolled in with a changing pad, a bottle warmer. This was like all in the room.
Wow.
I think there might have been a diaper pail too.
Nice.
And then beyond that, when I went to the like dining halls to get food, they legitimately had a like station 2 puree baby food. I was like, that is bananas and so amazing. And the energy I love. They just really embraced families. I know. It was great. And the thing is, like, it didn't feel overly like run by children. There was like an adults area where like we put them in like the kids club, and we got away and we did our little adult swim time, and it was awesome. So it was a nice blend of like not feeling like overrun by kids, if that makes sense.
Oh my gosh, that is nice. And I mean, honestly, that just takes some of that like just extra stress off of you for just having to try to accommodate little people, you know? Because they're people too, and they just need what they need.
That's right. When they need it.
Really do. We just talked about, rentals and how they can help parents pack lighter. What do you usually rent when you go places? Not Club Med, because obviously Club Med had
Club Med's got it on lock, yes.
But when you go, what do you rent right now for your kids?
Yeah, they're 3 and 1 now, almost 2, which is crazy to say. So they need a little bit less stuff than they used to, but really still pack and play is my number one. I hate hauling ours. I love the one that we have, but like when you're going through the airport looking like a crazy person already, like you don't need another bag. You do not need another bag. And so that's number 1 on my list. High chairs are number 2. Yeah.
Ungodly heavy for no reason.
Why are they?
I don't know.
Someone needs to make a light one.
I know there are other there's lighter versions, but there's all still like kind of long and banging your shins and like, you don't want to have to pack that with you and go through the airport, obviously.
It's true.
No. So I think when like people are thinking rentals, go through like your day and think about what you need with each kid. Obviously like a sleep solution. And is that rental or hotel or even grandma's house going to have what you need for your baby, your toddler, your older kid to sleep comfortably? Because sometimes just winging it really isn't going to cut it, right? Because especially when it comes to sleep, you don't want to just wing it. Because everybody needs good sleep to have good time, like a good time, and you gotta have good sleep. And then along with that, it's like, do you need blackout curtains? Have you looked around, did you see videos or pictures of the property? Is it so bright in all of those rooms that everybody's going to be awake at 5 a.m., at whatever time zone, maybe not even your own. So you're going to,
Those are a good one.
Yeah. What about like eating solutions? You got to think about that. And I always mention,
go ahead.
I always mention this, but like getting a box of toys from a provider is always just such a fun idea for your kids, because it just makes check-in and that little downtime that you have where everybody's like, I don't know what to do. We're not at our own house. We don't really have anything planned for the next hour and a half. Nobody's taking naps right now. Exactly. What do we do? Just get a small box of toys and books, and then you have endless hours of fun and enjoyment.
Yeah, I love that. That is so good. Like I don't pack too many toys. I pack what I can fit in our diaper bag. So that's a great idea, because kids love new toys. Like it's just literally like a magnet. I'm so with you. But other things, high chairs, like I mentioned, I love the high chair rental, because we've done it where you just like set them on a pillow and then they fall off and then they get the pillow dirty, and it's just a whole thing. And they're used to high chairs. It's just not worth it. No, it's not.
It's just not worth it. If you can rent it and have your life be easier, I mean, why not?
I know. It's true.
Have you ever just
really splurged on a stay to make it like so much easier for you? And did you think, yes, that was worth it, or like, maybe not?
That's a good question. I think with kids, I like to do a blend of like splurging and then kind of maybe like not like a bad place to stay, but just like a moderately priced one. Maybe even starting with a moderately priced one. We're in the early stages of planning a trip to Bali right now, which I'm like so scared to say out loud.
Wait, can I join your family? Really?
Please come. Look,
okay,
this
cool.
is the second family.
I pack really light, so don't worry about me.
You come along. You come along to Bali with us.
Perfect.
Yeah. But I think the plan is like in the beginning, for the first stop we're going to do is just kind of keep it a little grittier and really kind of do the culture piece of things. And then on the back end of the trip, do more of like the luxe resort and relax. And again, like that's where those family friendly amenities, the really, really nice ones, like the baby puree station and the strollers that you can rent and just all the things, those become so nice and so worth it. So that's my
I'm definitely like a dive all in kind of gal when I travel.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know I'm a travel expert and I host a travel podcast. But believe it or not, like my family and I, we don't travel all the time. You know, we travel regularly, but not all the time. But when we do, I like to do the dang thing, you know?
Yeah.
I like to jump in and get it all together. But there are people who just kind of want to do the like a minimal amount and kind of keep it basic. And I think that that's probably fine too. It really just depends on your family and like your needs, probably how you live at home too. True. And, you know, I tend to be like a little bit of extra, if you can't already tell. So, you know, you don't have to splurge.
No, you don't.
To have a good time.
No.
And
you don't camping. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Time. Yeah.
Yes. I know a lot of people who love camping. It's not me, but you know, I think a lot of people love doing kind of the very basic stuff, and that's totally fine too. Do you have like recommendations for campgrounds and stuff like that as well? On KidGo?
That's a good question. We have not done campgrounds yet, but it's on the list of things to do. So right now we're very hyper focused on like a list of hotels and resorts that have worked really well for families in the past.
Yeah.
And then we'll actually have the opportunity for people to recommend stuff that have worked well for them too. So we're really building it as a community so that people can really pass that like parent wisdom on. Like this worked really well, or I wouldn't go here. Not so good. So that's the hope there.
Great idea. Okay, awesome. Well, I give you the thumbs up on this. Can you share one of your biggest travel wins and what you learned from that, or like what you gained from that?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think one of the biggest wins would be learning how to be flexible. I know it's kind of silly because it came from like a not so good moment, but I was on a flight and my husband and I got separated. So I was with our baby and he was with our older toddler. And it was a hot mess. I'll spare you all the details. But long story short, we arrived 24 hours apart to our very short, like long weekend trip.
Oh my.
It gets worse.
Oh no.
I had no bag for the baby, like besides a diaper bag. So like we're literally on the beach and I'm like, I have nothing for him besides the clothes he's in and like 5 diapers. Like in a foreign country. Like I was like, okay. You know, I spent 24 hours with just my baby, like by the pool, looking like a crazy lady. Cause again, he literally just had a diaper on at this nice resort. And
everybody's like, okay, lady, you could have brought like a bathing suit for this baby.
Exactly. But when my husband and son got there, it was so special and so fun, just like to reminisce on the adventure that we had, even though it was like horrendous, and just learning to be flexible and roll with the punches. Like that's the kind of kid I want to raise, right? Like a kid that can roll with the punches and deal with the crap that life throws at you. And I think travel teaches that in a really hard and wonderful way.
I mean, totally. That is, wow. Oh my gosh.
Don't get separated. It's terrible.
Oh God, that's like making my own heart beat really fast.
Yeah.
Have you ever made a mistake while traveling that has taught you a lot? Besides getting separated.
Well, the reason we got separated was a mistake.
No.
Paperwork, y'all. Like, the Dominican does require, like, it's not a visa, which I love you, chat. Please don't forgive me. Please forgive me for this. But I was like, hey, ChatGPT, what paperwork do I need? Do I need a visa to go to the Dominican? Let me down on that one. And I did not fill out the like requirements to enter the country. And so that's why he got separated from me. So do your research on what you actually need to do to get into the country. Maybe trust ChatGPT with another source, like double fact check, and do that more than an hour before your flight. So,
oh, okay. Maybe just like 2 hours before the flight.
2 or a few more.
2 to 2 days.
There you go.
2
business days.
2 business days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was not fun.
Oh, that sounds terrible. But it sounds like you have a lot of good memories. And you and your husband are still together. So
we are.
He didn't.
Yeah, we survived it.
He's not still stuck in the Dominican.
No, thankfully. We figured out how to get him out. Yes.
Thank God. If a parent is listening today and maybe hasn't traveled with their children or is thinking about it, getting ready, do you have any advice for them, or do you have something that you would tell them to prioritize over something else?
Good question. I think a lot of your guests have covered it really well, but 2 things are flexibility. I kind of going back to what we were just talking about, like we did a very specific like nap schedule with our babies. And when you're traveling, that's probably not going to happen. I'm so sorry to break it to you.
Yes.
You can do your best to stay on that schedule. I'm not saying you have to skip the naps and bedtime's out the window, but like understand that like flexibility, their baby's going to be as flexible as you are, right? I think they really understand our emotions and all of those things. And so stay flexible, stay cool, and you're all going to be all right, even if you miss a few hours of sleep for the week. Yes. So that's a big one. And then just packing light. Like you don't need to bring the kitchen sink. You don't need to bring 6 spoons. And that I think takes some practice over time. But you know what? A really great way to challenge yourself is fly like a budget airline and just bring the personal item. It is possible with children. It is possible. Yes. It's hard. But you can rent all the things and then you'll be in good shape. You'll be in good shape.
You can. And Dana is here to tell you that all you need is 5 diapers.
You'll survive.
You can survive. You'll look crazy.
You'll look wild. Yes.
You could do it. No worries.
Yes.
Where can everybody find KidGo and more information about KidGo?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is kidgotravel.com and our Instagram is kidgo.travel. We are launching in the next few weeks here, which we're super excited about. So look for that very, very soon.
I am so excited. That is like right up my alley. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. This is so exciting. Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you.
Dana, thank you for sharing such real, helpful insights and for reminding us that thoughtful lodging choices can truly change the tone of a trip. If you're listening and this episode made your next family trip feel a little more doable, send it to a friend who's deep in the planning stage too. And don't forget, BabyQuip is here to help you pack light and stress less. Instead of hauling everything from home, rent what you need, from cribs to car seats to play yards when you arrive. Use code TINYTRAVELERS at checkout to save $20 on any $100 rental. Check the show notes for a link to KidGo and Dana's platform, along with tips on what to actually look for in a family stay. Until next time, wishing you clearer filters, comfier stays, and happy travels.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Tiny Travelers. I hope today's episode gave you the inspiration and practical tips to make your next family adventure easier, stress-free, and more fun. If you loved today's episode, head over to the show notes for promo codes and exclusive resources to help you plan unforgettable trips with your little ones. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Happy travels, and I'll see you next time.